What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Baby Back Rib Show. This is episode number 2 of this new NFL season, and we have a whole full week of NFL action to cover. I am Otto Click, and this is Cole Cunningham. Actually, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, that's me. I'm Cole Cunningham.
That's Cole Cunningham. So yeah, we're really excited to take a look at week 1 slate of games. It was an interesting week. Wasn't the best, if you ask me. Just being honest. I mean, we had a couple good games, but a lot of players and a lot of great players in fantasy didn't perform that well. I feel like we already had a couple of injuries, and hopefully week 2 is a little better.
It seemed like a lot of these teams looked a little unprepared out there.
Yeah.
They looked a little sloppy.
Yeah.
If only there was a way to prevent this. If only there was a few weeks of practice games that the NFL could have to get ready for the regular season, so that the starters could get ready. That'd be really helpful.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Sucks they don't have something like that. Like if they had a preseason, that'd be really helpful for all these guys.
For them to get ready.
Yeah.
But it just looked like sloppy football to me.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's jump into the first game. And speaking of sloppy football, let's talk about our Thursday night football matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. The Chiefs winning 27-20, and this was a brutal game to watch, especially as a Ravens fan, because coming out the gate, the Ravens are called about 3 or 4 times on the opening drive for illegal formation. I understand it. The NFL is trying to send a message, I guess. So they do it on the opening drive of the first game. Okay. But I don't think the Chiefs had a single one of those calls. So a little unfair calling, in my opinion, on that side of things. But I do think the Ravens kind of bit themselves in the foot again against the Chiefs. But I'm interested to hear your thoughts. I'm going to go turn off the air real quick.
Yeah, I mean, my main conclusion when watching this game is it kind of was, and at least in my opinion, it kind of looked a lot like the game we saw late last year in the AFC Championship, where it seemed like Kansas City they simply looked like the better team out there, especially their defense is still great. But yeah, the illegal formation, the calls on that were kind of odd
for Jeeps here.
Yeah, I guess you're going Jeep shopping in the beginning of the show. But yeah, it was a relatively good, first game though, I would say, to start the season. I mean, it literally came down to the final play of the game.
Right.
So, and I mean, yeah, it was still a fun game to watch though, as a neutral fan.
Yeah, I agree. I do think that the NFL needs to figure out what they want to do with the legal formation calls are really dumb in my opinion.
Yeah, because who did they keep calling it on?
Ronnie Stanley.
That's who it was.
5 times.
Yeah, and the very first drive.
Yeah, it was getting really frustrating.
Yeah.
So, and then I also understand if you want to make that a new rule, but be consistent about it. And I'm not just talking about calling it on the Chiefs as well, but I'm talking about in other games, fans are noticing that teams are doing exactly what the Ravens were doing or what the officials are looking for, but they're not getting called. But then on other plays, they are getting called. So it's just, if you're going to make it a rule, make it consistent, because then it's just frustrating.
Yeah. But I mean, to talk about, some players that, looked really good. Lamar, I thought he had a really good game on both passing and running the ball. Obviously, you got to point out Isaiah Likely had an incredible game.
Breakout game.
Yeah, basically a breakout game. I think he already submitted himself as the tight end one on that team. I mean, this is coming from a big Mark Andrews fan, but
Andrews.
Yeah. And then you go to the Chiefs, and I mean, for your first game in the NFL, not a bad day for Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
I mean, he touched the ball 3 times this game, and he scored twice. That's pretty efficient,
He looks
if you
pretty
ask
good.
me. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, the Chiefs have this new weapon that they kind of can just toy around with, and I mean, that's going to be very scary for a lot of other NFL defenses. But and also Rasheed Rice looked awesome. Don't really know how he's playing in this game, but he did look really good. I will say that.
Yeah. The Baltimore Ravens just looked like they were underprepared again, and Derrick Henry looked a little rusty. But like you said, Lamar did have a really good game, and a lot of people, are using that last Zay Flowers miss in the end zone, who I don't even think he was trying to throw to, but he should have thrown it to him, as kind of a way to say that Lamar blew this game. He didn't. He was the only reason we were even a touchdown away. So
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
he basically kept the Ravens in this game, kind of like in the AFC Championship.
exactly. So hopefully this season's a little different for the Ravens, but already I'm in pain. So let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on to the Friday night game in
This
Brazil.
one was interesting.
It was.
Um, First of all, why are we sending NFL players to Brazil? Like,
Gotta grow the game, baby.
it's just freaking like you're sending millionaires to a third world country. Is Brazil a third world country?
I mean, there's parts of it that are not the greatest, but I mean, there's parts in the U.S. that aren't the greatest either.
I don't know. And then you had the field that was in terrible conditions, and it just made no sense why Roger Goodell just thought this would be a good idea. But it made for a good game. I will tell you that.
Yeah,
I didn't expect this game to be so high scoring, especially, uh, I watched a little bit of the first half, and players were slipping on each other, dropping balls.
pause.
Um, pause. And I thought for sure this was going to be like a 10-13 game, but no, it was a lot more high scoring than I thought it would be.
Yeah. I gotta say I really liked how the Eagles offense looked in this game.
Right.
Like it just looked really really good, and I thought a lot of the guys on defense stepped up as well, like Quinion Mitchell. Um, he looked really good
Yeah.
in his first game, and that's really what the Eagles needed because their secondary, they invested a lot into it in this offseason, especially in the draft, getting Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Um,
I thought it was DeJorno.
I don't know what it is. It's DeJean, it's DeJean. One day it's one day it's the other. But yeah, I thought it was really nice for them to invest in those guys because I mean you have Darius Slay, you have um, James Bradbury, two guys that are getting up there in age. So it was good to see at least one of them look really really solid in this game. And also shout out to Zach Bond. He was awesome in this game. One of the Eagles linebackers. He looked really really good as well.
Initial thoughts on Jaden Reed? Is he the wide receiver one here in Green Bay?
I don't know who the wide receiver one in
I
Green
think
Bay
it's
is.
gonna be. I think it's gonna be a similar situation to the Chiefs, where it's most likely gonna be a committee where there's not really a wide receiver one,
Yeah.
but because like everyone's freaking out about Jaden Reed, having a great fantasy game. But if you look at it, he had less targets than Romeo Dobbs. He just did more with those targets. But I think, and especially now that Malik Willis is stepping in, the passing game is not going to be there as much. But I think that even when Jordan Love's in there, the love will get spread around the wide receiver room.
Yeah, I mean the target share here is it's spread out really well.
Yeah.
Um so I mean I don't really there really isn't like a guy that's gonna like hog all the targets, at least not right now.
Right.
And especially with Jordan Love out for maybe 2-3 games or however long it may be.
Right.
It's there's not really gonna be like a single guy that's gonna like come out here and dominate.
Um. All right. So moving on. Anything else you had on this? There was a. Maybe I'll see if I can find it. Did you see the video of AJ Brown running and there was like someone in the stands, I think, was trying to point a laser pointer?
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was really
kinda
odd.
nuts.
But yeah, also for the Packers though, I do want to point out Javon Bullard had a solid game on defense, and that's I just want to give a shout out to him.
Hey, shout out Javon. What's his name?
Bullard, Javon
Bullard.
Bullard.
Shout out Javon Bullard.
Yeah. And
Um,
also, we didn't even really talk about Saquon Barkley in his first game as the Eagle.
Pretty good.
And I thought he looked fantastic. And
Pretty
it's like,
good.
yeah, it's like, welcome to a competent NFL franchise, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy when um you join a team that is not named the New York Giants, how great your life can be.
I know.
Anyways, moving on, let's talk about Steelers and Falcons football, baby. This was one boring ass game. And I will say, as a Ravens fan, the Steelers defense looked very solid. TJ Watt looked very good. But Justin Fields didn't blow me away. And I'm seeing a video right here. Stephen A is not impressed. I'd have to kind of agree with him because, a lot of people are saying he looked decent, which I guess is all you need when you have a defense as great as the Steelers has. But I think that, I don't know. I don't think Justin Fields looked incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I don't. I wasn't really too wowed by Fields' performance here.
There was a part, I think I texted our group chat, remember, and it was like he had 8 completions for like 30 yards or something.
Yeah.
Something crazy like that. At
Yeah.
one
It was
point.
something like that. But I wouldn't really say that's too on him because I think the Falcons' defense did look pretty solid. Obviously, they held this team to scoring 0 touchdowns.
This is a good defense. In Atlanta,
Yeah.
too.
Because I mean, if you look like, I don't know if you've seen it, probably not. But if you look at the passing chart for Justin Fields, for his game on Sunday,
Yeah.
there was not like a single pass that was thrown over the middle.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it was basically just like throwing it to the flat.
It was just checkdowns.
Yeah,
Checkdown city, baby.
so yeah, the Falcons secondary, or at least their safeties in Jesse Bates, and I don't know if Justin Simmons played in this game, but in him as well, they really kind of held it down back there. So it was just hard for the Falcons to get anything going. But big shout out to Chris Boswell, 6 for 6 on field goals. That's impressive.
Yeah, he had what, 26 fantasy points?
It was something like
That
that,
dude's
dude.
insane.
He went crazy.
Yeah, he is a very talented kicker. I would say the Steelers and Ravens, in my opinion, have the best kickers in the league.
Yeah,
Even though Justin Tucker did miss one against Kansas City.
yeah, little washed, but hey, well,
Hey. You know what? It's week 1. It's week 1. He's getting the jitters.
even
out,
even kickers got to get the jitters out.
Um,
What'd you think of Kirk Cousins?
horrible.
Yeah,
He looked very bad.
not too great.
And I'm getting kind of worried here because I'm a big Drake London believer. I drafted Drake London in a lot of my fantasy leagues this season, and he looked absolutely booty. 3 targets, and he was out targeted by someone named Ray McLeod III.
Shout out Ray Ray.
So I'm a little concerned there. I thought Drake London was gonna have a Justin Jefferson type breakout season. That was the hope. Still can happen.
Yeah, I mean it's 1 week.
I mean they probably played the best defense in the league right now, at this point, in the Steelers. So it's fair that they looked pretty bad, and it was week 1, so hopefully they'll be a little bit better. But I do want to point out one thing that I find funny about this game. Jalen Warren 2 carries. So yet again, Arthur Smith finds a way to not use his talented running backs whatsoever. Instead, he gives 20 carries to Najee Harris, who had a whopping 3.5 yards per carry, and he gave 4 carries to Cordell Patterson, who at this point is what, like 40?
How old is Cordell Patterson? Let me see. He is 33.
He is really?
Yep.
I feel like he's been in the league for like 40 years.
He got drafted in 2013.
So since I started watching football, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand what Arthur Smith's problem is. Jalen Warren is so good, and I barely even saw him in this game. I did watch a lot of this game.
I kind of flipped to it a couple of times.
I flipped back and forth between this and the Bills and Cardinals game,
Oh yeah.
which we'll get to in a little bit. But other than that, yeah, I think Kirk Cousins looked pretty booty.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's coming back from I think an Achilles injury or an ACL, one of the two. That's a big injury. Yeah, Achilles, and I mean, at his age, yeah, that was nice. That sounded good. But at his age, at 36, it's hard to come back to. I know he's not a quarterback that uses his legs a lot, but yeah, he just didn't look too impressive here at all. It didn't really wow me at all. And now I kind of am thinking like, let's see what maybe let's, I think it's a little too early to say it, but now I'm kind of thinking like, okay, now I'm kind of, if I was a Falcons fan, I'd be a bit
No, don't
relieved
say
if
it. Don't
they
say
did take Penix, because I mean,
Oh well, that's fair, but I've heard people already asking the Falcons to start him, which I think is
No,
way
I
too
think
soon.
there are some teams
I
that
think,
should start their backup quarterback
yeah,
now. Cleveland Browns. Um,
yeah,
but we'll get to that. But no, I don't think the Falcons are there yet.
I think you're
But
right.
I think
Bijan looked really good in this game, though. I thought, like he only had 3.8 yards per carry, but a lot of that he was fighting for because he was pretty much getting hit right off the line.
yeah, and it seemed like they used him in the pass game a little bit too.
Five
So
targets, he looked very solid. So
yeah,
if you're a Bijan owner, I would be happy because even if Kirk Cousins plays this bad, he's still going to be relevant.
yeah. I mean, yeah, he's still involved, pretty well. And I know he's talked about the Steelers defense, but yeah, T.J. Watt was awesome. One sack, two tackles for a
He
loss.
had like two plays I think that he should have had a strip sack on, and it got called back because of something stupid. But
Yeah,
um, yeah, he looked he looked just as good as
yeah.
ever in this game. Um, all right, so moving on to this next game. Do you want to go ahead and start us off?
Yeah, so the next game on our agenda here is the Cardinals and Bills. And Cardinals, I'm not mad. I'm a bit disappointed.
Oh, that's even worse.
Um,
That's like what my mom used to say, and I'd want to kill myself.
because I mean, this game really was a tale of two halves. Because I mean, you have the first half where the Cardinals just come out and look really good. The offense really clicked well. I thought even the defense looked pretty solid, which was shocking. Um, and it seemed like they were kind of putting it together in this game. And then, you get to the end of the first half where the Bills go and score, then they get the ball in the second half and they score it again and they tie the game, and you're thinking, oh, it's over.
It's
And
over.
I mean, it kind of was at that point because I feel like once the Bills got that touchdown to end the first half, that's kind of when the momentum just shifted. So yeah, it really was over from that point. But I thought the Cardinals still looked pretty good in the loss. Kyler Murray, I thought he had a really good game, um, both on the run and just throwing the ball. And yeah, I thought James Conner, he got the ball a lot, which I was shocked about. Like he was involved, like he was like 90% of the offense in the first half, which was wild to see. But the Cardinals also they lose Jonah Williams. He got put on IR,
Yeah.
which is kind of brutal because when he left the game and they swapped him out for Kelvin Beachum, it was not pretty. That's when the Bills were putting a lot more pressure on Murray from the right side, and yeah, that's kind of why you saw. That's kind of one of the bigger reasons why the Cardinals offense didn't look as good in the second half. But yeah, also kind of weird play calling from Drew Petzing. Didn't like some of his decisions on third down later in the game. Gotta sort all that out, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Because I mean, also, I mean, you draft a superstar. I don't want to. Well, I mean, I don't want to say he's a superstar already, but you draft this blue chip prospect, at number 4 overall, and he has 3 targets. That's got to change. I
Three
know.
targets. I know he had one drop, but
Yeah, he had.
there there was that. Sorry to interrupt you. There was
No,
that
good.
one play at the end of the game. I think it was towards the end of the game where he was wide open by the end zone. That hurt.
Yeah. I think if you do go back and rewatch that play, it wasn't as like wide open as it looked, but yeah, no, he was. Yeah, that was a pretty rough miss, but it did seem like the Bills kind of just were doubling Marv the entire game. So I think by that point at the end of the game, Kyler was kind of just already in the mindset of he's not going to be open.
Right.
So I kind of understand the miss there, but I mean, yeah, you got to get your guy more targets, or at least just try to get him involved a little bit more, as much as you can. But yeah, and then you go to the Bills. Bills looked good. Bills looked good.
Bills look better than I thought they would. I mean, they still only beat the Cardinals by 6 points,
Yeah,
which I don't know what that means because I thought the Cardinals. I watched more of the first half of this game than the second half. I thought the Cardinals were really good when they were at their high.
yeah, I thought. Like I said, this game was a tale of two halves. But I mean, yeah, the Bills they put a lot of pressure on the Cardinals, and the Cardinals did not put much pressure on the Bills. I want to give a shout out for the Bills. Greg Rousseau, he looked really good. Rushing the Cardinals offensive line, especially at right tackle when Jonah Williams left the game. So Yeah, I mean the Bills. Yeah, they won this game, and I thought Josh Allen looked really. I thought he kind of played like a lot of hero ball too. I thought he looked really good, especially running the ball. It seemed like every third down, he basically kind of just threw the play away and just scrambled for the first, and he got it every single time. Which, as a Cardinals fan, watching that game, I wanted to gouge my fucking eyes out. But I did pick Josh Allen as my MVP, so
I
this was a really good performance to
I
get that
was just
agenda
gonna
rolling.
I was just gonna ask you because um I was gonna ask you who your MVP pick was because I thought it was Josh Allen.
Yeah,
But
well,
I
I did
honestly
say
could I think
Allen.
we could see a Josh Allen MVP season this year.
That'd be
Um
kind of a crazy poll, dude, if I just like predict that. But
what the fuck happened to Dalton Kincaid? Did he just die in this game? Um
they just I don't even know what happened there. They just
I
really didn't look at him that much.
no. But James Conner looks like a beast. That's all I
Yeah,
gotta say. Even though it started to tail off, that dude was getting like every touch at the beginning of the game.
yeah. Then it kind of fell off, and they still kept going to him, and it's like, okay, I think
I don't think it's
The
working.
Bills are figuring it out, guys. Let's try to get it to somebody else.
Yeah. Um. All right. Shall we hop into our next game?
Yeah, what's the next game on the agenda here?
We have the. Oh my gosh, this was a
Oh
weird game.
yeah,
This was a weird game. So we have the Chicago Bears beating the Tennessee Titans 24-17. They were down 17-3 to the Titans. I want to say at halftime. And somehow won. Didn't watch this game. Didn't really see how that happened. Maybe you know.
it just seemed like the Bears defense really
They just
they
played
put
hero
on a
ball.
clinic this game.
Yeah.
Did you see the clip of Will Levis like falling to his knees like after throwing an
Yeah, after the
interception? That was fucking hilarious, man.
yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. I mean, what do you think about this Titans receiving core?
It's something. I'll
It's
say that. Like,
something, but it's like it's brutal having Will Levis as your starting quarterback sometimes.
yeah, I just and also I don't think the Titans offensive line really looked that good. Like their first round draft pick J.C. Latham didn't look good at all
That
in this
sucks.
first game. Yeah, which is brutal. Hopefully Bill Callahan can work with him a little bit there, but not looking too great right now. We'll have to see if he can improve on that. But yeah, even not the greatest game from Levis either.
127 yards is brutal. It's
Yeah,
tough. It's a bummer.
yeah. Tony Pollard looked decent though. I will say.
Uh, Tony Pollard did look. He did look pretty good. And once again, I know this isn't a fantasy pod, but I like talking fantasy every now and then. Drafted a lot of myself some Tony Pollard this year, so that's good to see. But yeah, I mean, this Bears defense looks like they can support Caleb Williams, so he really doesn't have an excuse this season. When you have um, fantastic supporting cast on offense and especially in a receiving core, and now you have a great defense.
I mean, yeah, yeah. If you're Caleb Williams, you put up a stat line of 14 of 29 for 93 yards, and you still get the win. You can't really complain there. You just gotta you gotta say a win is a win at that point.
Right.
Um, but yeah, this is a really good defensive game from the Bears here.
Yeah.
There's not too much to talk about on offense at all.
No, not at all. Feel like we can't. Keenan Allen did get 11 targets though. That's good to see from him. But
Yeah,
can't really get excited about them yet.
yeah. I did not expect him to get that many targets. I think Roma Dunze did leave this game with an injury, but I don't think it was
Yes.
anything serious,
Yeah.
which is good because I'm a big Roma Dunze guy. So
Let's move on to this next game. This is a weird game. Probably the weirdest game all freaking week. The New England Patriots defeat the Cincinnati Bengals 16-10. I'm telling you right now, man. Weeks 1 and 2, Joe Burrow
early
needs to
season,
be freaking studied,
dude.
bro.
The early season Bengals I think are worse than like any 0-16 team
Ever.
that have ever like. Yeah,
It is the weirdest thing ever, dude. I thought for sure this season, especially since they're playing the freaking Patriots.
yeah. Who the
That might
Patriots?
change.
Who last week I was talking about? We're not going to pick them for any games this year. They're going to be horrible.
We did the over under 0.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here they are, victorious against the fucking Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just for the Patriots, big shout out on offense to Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, he had a fantastic game.
And then yeah, Jacoby Brissett, he managed the game really well,
He's a
and
manager.
I mean that in like a good way.
Yeah,
Like he just he did what he needed to get the win,
yeah.
and that's really all you need from your quarterback. But yeah, Ramondre Stevenson, like he looked really good in this game, and he did get paid in this offseason. But I mean, if he keeps playing like this, then that contract's gonna look like a huge steal.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, because I like you look at the skill position players on this team, that's really nobody like
Other than
than
Ramondre
him.
Stevenson.
And like he showed up and he showed out and he looked really good.
Yeah. Super. Just it's just so weird to me though that the Bengals played this bad
Yeah, I mean,
at home too.
yeah, and
At home,
it's like yeah, you had no T Higgins, but
they played without T Higgins so many times before. It's not that big of a loss.
yeah, and I
You still
mean,
have Jamar Chase. You still have Joe Burrow. It's just a weird. It was a weird game.
yeah, the defense just didn't look too hot either. But
Yeah, I was just waiting for something to happen, for a spark to happen on the Bengals offense. But
yeah, me too. I
just
was waiting.
never came. Pause.
Yeah, I was waiting for them to kind of just get back on track and come back in the game, but it just never happened.
Patriots are undefeated.
Undefeated New England Patriots.
That's what I like to see, baby. The
Yeah,
Mayo.
I think that was like the first thing I said when right after the game ended. I was like, the New England Patriots are undefeated. They were just like, what the fuck?
The Mayo hype, the Mayo era New England is
Off to a good start.
off to a great start.
Yeah.
Um, and you're doing some good coaching when your leading receiver is a man named KJ Osborne.
Shout out KJ Osborne.
And you also got a guy named Tyquan Thornton up in there.
Yeah, once had
Fantastic.
the fastest one of the fastest 40-yard dashes in his combine. I think he had like a 4.2 like a 4.23 or something like that.
This guy knows ball.
I try.
All right, on this next game, what a great game. We got to talk about that Anthony Richardson, bro.
Dude,
Off
this-
the fucking back foot.
this game, bro. Oh
But
my
the Texans
goodness.
defeated the Colts 29-27, despite some great early play from Anthony Richardson. Now he definitely he had some big chunk plays and he started to kind of fizzle off after that. But I do think that it's a good sign because this dude, if you think about it, probably has the highest ceiling of any quarterback from his draft class. And
I
well,
mean,
when you think-
it's either him or the guy he played against in this game. Yeah, I would say.
But I feel like we're seeing CJ Stroud's ceiling already. Like I feel like he's close to it. With Anthony Richardson, he's got the frame of like Cam Newton. He's got an insane arm. He's got an even better arm than Cam Newton.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he could put it all together, because other than those chunk plays, he looked kind of bad. But if he could put it all together, this guy's the limit.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy looking at his stat line because like if you look at that, you're like,
He had
Well,
9 completions.
yeah,
with
it's probably like, oh, he probably didn't have that great of a game. But if you like actually watch the game and watch like some of the plays he made, you're like, this is the greatest quarterback I've ever seen. And it's just so funny.
Could we
dude.
see a Jameis Winston part ×2 with rushing ability? Could that be what Anthony?
Dude, Anthony Richardson is like Jameis Winston, but like good. Because I mean, like how like, dude, when I saw
Hey.
that pass for the first time, I'm like, how in the fuck did he even have the balls to throw that?
Hey, if Anthony Richardson is just going to be one of those quarterbacks in the league who just says fuck it and just throwing piss missiles down the field, I'm all for it. I'm all
I
for
love
it. I don't
it.
care if he's throwing interceptions, bro.
But
Yeah.
yeah. Richardson glazing aside, though, the Texans did come out and win this game.
Yeah, we should probably talk about the actual game.
I mean, yeah, Nico Collins and C.J. Stroud.
Receiving core looks fucking fantastic, like we knew.
Yeah, Diggs 6 of 33, scored 2 touchdowns though. Nico Collins 6 117. Collins and Stroud kind of give me that like Kelsey Mahomes vibe. Like I know Collins is a receiver and Kelsey's a tight end, but like that's kind of the vibe where it's like if a play
Nico
gets
Collins is also black and Travis Kelce's white.
correct, that is a very good point. But
But
like
other than that, I could see it.
But like when a play like kind of breaks down, that's kind of where CJ Stroud kind of looks. Is like, okay, where's Nico at on the field?
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that's it's a good connection there. And I mean, obviously, you still have Tank Dell. And yeah, also, yeah, Joe Mixon had a really good game 30, 159, and a touchdown. I mean, I didn't expect him to really like. I thought he would kind of take a step back from his
From his
Bengals
Cincy
years.
days, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
I agree. I was
he
just
proved
gonna
me
say,
wrong.
like, if you're a Texans fan, this is a great sign because it looks like all the people you brought in this offseason are making an impact
Yeah,
early, which is awesome. The vets, Stephon Diggs, Joe Mixon, both having great games. Your Nico Collins still, taking a majority of the workload and looking really good while doing it. I mean, yeah, if you're a Texans fan, you got to be feeling good right now.
yeah. I mean, now I'm already looking forward to when these two teams play again.
Joe Mixon literally looked like one of the best running backs in the league this year or this week, other than Saquon.
Yeah, yeah. He probably had the best running back performance, probably at least one of the top three.
Yeah.
This week. So yeah, really good from him.
Is Jonathan Taylor washed already? 3 yards a carry.
I don't want to say he's washed.
He just did not make an impact in this game whatsoever.
Yeah, I think him and Richardson kind of need to develop, get
A
get some of that
relationship.
chemistry.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of
Fair.
what he
That's
needs to.
fair.
That's what he needs to do with all these guys. Honestly, I know he had a couple of missed passes to AD Mitchell, and I mean those missed passes were kind of the difference in the game. So I think once Richardson kind of just gets more games under his belt and kind of gets more like just experience playing football
Yeah.
in general, like once he kind of gets that, then I think you'll see he'll look a lot more polished.
I
Because
agree.
it's kind of like the Trey Lance thing. If Trey Lance actually got like a real opportunity to start, where it's like, yeah, this dude played like 1 year
As a
of
starter.
yeah as a starter.
I know,
So
dude. Hey, you know what? Let's start the movement. Trey Lance needs another opportunity.
dude, okay, hold on. Okay, real quick though, I know we're not even talking. I don't know why we're gonna talk about Trey Lance, but I just want to say I'm dead serious when I say this. He should like actually go to the XFL or something like that. Not because he's like bad, but just to get some play time, dude. Because
Yeah, he's
that's
just wasting
that's
away.
what he needs, man. Like I'm serious. If he gets like 2 years of just dominating in like the XFL or the UFL or whatever it's called, and he just comes back, I think that would really be the best thing for his career.
I agree.
But
I
okay,
agree with that
that's my
wholeheartedly.
Trey Lance talk done for probably the rest of the year. So yeah, but yeah, the Texans come out and win this game in a really close game, like a lot of people thought it would be. And yeah, like I said, I really am looking forward to when these two teams play again.
Yeah, definitely. I hope they play in the playoffs.
Me too.
I want to see Anthony Richardson make it through the whole year too,
That as well. I really hope that
because
happens.
he was entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins end up defeating them 20-17, but they were down in this game, 17-7. But of course, they came back at home. And I guess the main thing we can talk about with this game is Tyreek Hill getting arrested at the beginning of the game, on the way to the game.
Yeah, he had his own little like Scotty Scheffler moment going on.
Yeah. Of course, scored an 80-yard touchdown.
Yeah, you see the celebration,
Yeah,
him,
that was solid.
yeah.
I will say, I don't really know. I don't know if you've seen. I know a body cam footage came out from the incident.
Yeah.
Seemed over the top from the cops' perspective, but then when you watch the body cam, I don't know, man. I'm a big Tyreek Hill fan. I think he's fun. He's got a fun personality. But I don't know. It kind of looks like that was his fault.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of saw the footage and I'm not going to like comment on it. It's not I don't know. That's just I thought
Yeah,
it was a weird situation.
because now we're getting on the brink of like getting political.
Yeah.
Football's football, man. I didn't even fucking watch the body cam video. I didn't even. I just know the situation, from getting the news reports. But like, man, I didn't give a fuck. I just wanted to watch football.
I mean, I will say, like, I did watch some of it, and it kind of just seemed like it was kind of a little bit like overreactionary from the police standpoint. But I don't
That's
know,
fair.
it's just a weird situation.
I will
don't
say,
know
I will
why.
say, it was actually so funny though, seeing like the video. I don't know if you saw the video from the car of him just on the ground getting
Yeah,
arrested, and
I
then you
saw
literally
that.
see like Dolphins fans walking by like on the way to their game. They're like, "Who the fuck is this random guy getting arrested?" It's fucking Tyreek
Tyreek
Hill,
Hill, dude.
dude. Like, imagine walking to a Cardinals game and you just see Kyler Murray like on the ground.
Dude, I'd get out of the car,
Getting
bro.
fucking
I'd get out of the
arrested.
car, dude, and I'd be like, "Get the fuck off my quarterback, man!"
Or Marvin Harrison's just on the ground,
Oh, dude.
and you're just strolling on to the Hard Rock Stadium or State Farm Stadium. But yeah, I thought that was funny. I mean, that was the main story from this game.
I mean, I thought the Jaguars looked pretty good though.
The Jaguars look decent. They just can't close games and they can't close seasons like we saw last year.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what is concerning though? Tank Bigsby getting as many carries as Travis Etienne.
Yeah,
That's
and
scary.
looking better in my opinion. Having more yards.
6.1 yards per carry. Hard to
Yeah.
argue with that.
Yeah, but I do. Yeah, I do want to say Brian Thomas Jr. First game, 447 and a touchdown. And on that
This
touchdown
dude's gonna be
play,
a stud.
yeah, on that touchdown play, it's crazy.
I didn't even see it.
Like, if you look at when Lawrence threw the ball compared to like where Brian Thomas was, it's insane. It's like it was like that's like really good shit that you want to see from your quarterback because like basically like when he threw, he kind of just he led Thomas to the ball, and that's just
Against Jalen Ramsey too,
it might have been against Jalen Ramsey.
or is I don't know.
I don't
This
remember
is
who it
just
was
a
against.
video of him about him talking trash to Jalen Ramsey.
But yeah, it was good to see, but yeah, they just didn't really close the game out, and the Dolphins kind of used their track team that they have of Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, and Devon Achane to get open, and
Oh my gosh.
yeah, like
Oh.
you got that on Ramsey.
Oh, I thought that was the
No,
touchdown.
no, no. It'll probably show up here soon. I would hope.
Yeah, the
but-
dude got horse collar.
Yeah, there's
by
also
fucking
that, which-
Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, basically save a touchdown there.
This
We're watching Brian Thomas tape right now in the middle.
Well,
of the no, I understand. I'm not complaining.
they're
dude.
not showing just the touchdown for some reason.
Yeah, it's
like
showing
right
all of his targets and shit. But yeah, right here.
Oh, beautiful.
Like
yeah.
no, but go back and look when, like you kind of see like where he's at.
Oh,
when
I
he threw
did
the
see.
ball.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
you're right. I did see that angle, that camera angle. It was from
Yeah.
behind Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
That dude's gonna be a stud, bro. Look how easy he made that look. That is not an easy catch.
yeah, man.
Over Jalen Ramsey as well.
Already the best receiver that Lawrence has had in the NFL.
dude's gonna be a stud,
that's no
man.
exaggeration, man. He looked fucking
I might
awesome.
have to trade Jacob, George Kittle for Brian Thomas.
I-
I have
I-
3 tight ends, by the way.
He does have 3 tight ends.
But you know what? So do you in the fucking $100 league.
I have 3 tight ends.
Yes, you do, bro. I was looking at it. I was like, this motherfucker's making fun of me.
I do. What the fuck? I don't even remember.
And I'm
that.
pretty sure you have Dallas Goddard too.
Hold on, let me check real quick. I have McBride, Goddard, and because I just picked up Likely. That's why.
Which I was supposed to get, but I forgot to do waivers. Whatever, I don't care.
in the $100
I freaking
league.
Sam Laporta.
Yeah, I forgot. Okay, I did do that. So I do now, but I'll
You should
probably.
give me Likely, bro, because you're my friend, and I'm a Ravens fan.
We'll talk. We'll talk after the pod. We'll see if we can work something out.
Anyways, yeah. So that was Jaguars did look good. You're right. I just think they need to be better about finishing.
Yeah, and I'm like I said, I was really happy to see that Lawrence and Thomas kind of already have like a little bit of a connection there.
Can we talk about Devon Achane real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, man. He's special, bro.
Because he is my guy in fantasy, bro. I have him in, I think, all 5 of my leagues. Let's see. I have him in literally all 5 of my leagues. My main leagues that I'm in right now.
It's a good
So,
pick.
I was a huge fan of his. I really hope he doesn't struggle with injuries this season because he's already questionable to play tomorrow night against the Bills. But he looked really good in the receiving end. He was their leading receiver before Tyreek had that 80-yard touchdown. Running the ball only 2.4 yards per carry. He only had 10 carries. But I think this will become his backfield. Raheem Mostert did not look very good. And he's not even playing against Buffalo. So I'm really hoping that Devon Achane does end up playing against the Bills because he will have a empty backfield, just be him with Mostert out. And then also, if he doesn't play, that means that what's their rookie's name again?
Jalen Wright.
Jalen Wright would probably be the starter, and if he breaks out, then it could be a split backfield, and that just pissed me off. But yeah, so I think Devon Achane looked really good. Really hope we get to see him play tomorrow night.
Yeah. I love how they use Achane, man,
I do too,
because he's not even like a running back. They
He's
kind of
just
use him as like a quasi wide
fucking
receiver.
whatever.
Yeah, like they just kind of line him up wherever, and they're like, all right, well, we have three insanely fast dudes. So
Right.
good luck every secondary in the NFL.
So,
Oh
so
my
we
god,
have the
dude.
New Orleans Saints defeating the Carolina Panthers 47-10. 47-10. Um, yeah, this is brutal.
Panthers fans, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. So speaking of Panthers fans, I pulled this up from Reddit real quick, and the Panthers posted a 9/11,
Oh my
which
god,
today is
dude.
9/11, by the way.
Yeah, we are recording this
Never
on
forget.
9/11.
Um, and if you scroll to the comments, and first off, this reminds me of like, you ever seen those memes about like NFL team social media pages when NFL teams are bad? It's like they could post anything and people will just
Yeah, dude. Oh
so.
no.
And you got to feel for the Panthers social media person because you can't post anything. And the comments are. I'm not even gonna read the first one. Never forget 9-8.
The second one and the third one, dude.
Sura's second Saints wide receivers hit the end zone. Oh man, it's and then the fourth one I'm not even saying. Um,
Oh my
but yeah,
god.
Panthers fans, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And then I have this one too. This is a tweet. You want to go ahead and read that out loud?
All right, let me read this tweet real quick. Panthers fan here. Logo tattooed on me. At least my fantasy teams are doing well for now. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but that's where the hashtag stops.
Yeah.
Being a Panthers fan makes me envy my grandfather since he's dead and doesn't have to witness this travesty taking place in Charlotte.
Oh my
Dude.
gosh, dude. It just looks and Caleb Williams did not look good at all. But
Bryce Young somehow found a way to like look worse.
to look worse than he did as a rookie. This is supposed to be the year that he takes a step forward. And you got to feel for the Panthers because not only did your team look absolutely dog shit, but you traded to get this guy.
You traded so much. You traded
Get this
so
guy,
much.
and your team is booty.
Fucking hell, man.
And it's like it's one of those situations where it's like, does this say more about the Panthers or does it say more about the Saints? Because to me, this just says more about the Panthers. Like, this does not tell me anything about how the Saints are going to be this year. You know what I mean? Because it looked like them just fucking bullying a horrible team.
Yeah, the only thing that I got from the Saints is like, okay, Alvin Kamara is gonna get the ball a lot still. That's cool. And also Rashid Shaheed every fucking week, dude, just one big play.
Yeah.
Every week he does it, and I love it, man. He's honestly one of my favorite players in the NFL just because of that and cool name.
Yeah.
I love saying Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's really my take for the Saints.
It's
there.
just like, yeah, for the Saints, to me, it's just like we need to see more for them to think that.
I got to see you against like a real NFL
Right.
team, and I mean, yeah, with how not good this was.
Ever since that Chargers Raiders game where the Raiders beat the Chargers by like, what was it, like 60?
Oh yeah,
It's like that just doesn't even matter at this point. And it's week 1. Like, all these teams are gonna look so different at the end of the year. Just think about like previous seasons that we've had where we think we create this thesis on a team based off their first week performance, and then they're like just completely different at the end of the year.
yeah, but I mean, yeah, for the Panthers, it's like, dude, the clock is already ticking on Bryce Young, man. Like if you don't show me anything this year, you gotta go in a different direction because it's just brutal. Like, you invested so much in the offensive line in this offseason. Bryce Young still gets sacked 4 times. Just, oh my, I am so sorry, Panthers fans. That's coming from a Cardinals fan. Like, that's fucked. That's awful.
Yeah.
My God. Good luck, Panthers fans.
This next game, I have another thing to show you because we're going to talk about the Minnesota Vikings defeated the New York Giants 28-6.
And I'll say it again. I'm sorry, Giants fans.
I'm gonna throw this graph up here.
I've seen this, dude.
For those of you listening, we got a graph that says building the worst possible quarterback, and it's literally everything Daniel Jones.
It's just a picture of
oh
Daniel
my gosh,
Jones.
he's so bad. Who do you feel worse for, Panthers or Giants fans? To a point, I almost feel worse for Giants fans because I think they have a worse future. At least now the Panthers can tank.
What do
Although,
you think the Panthers have been doing the last 2-3 years, man? You think they've been trying to win?
well, last year they didn't have their first round pick, so it's like, but like,
True, but the team was so bad.
but like this season, bro, the Giants front office. I mean, both teams got fucked over by their front office. Let's be real. Both teams are being ran by horrible owners. The New York Giants really gave Daniel Jones. I underestimated his contract on our last episode. I said this dude was getting paid like 30
Dude, it's
million a
40.
year.
It's about
This dude's
40.
getting paid $45 million a year. Because I looked up his contract after that episode. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, since signing that contract, thrown more pick sixes than touchdowns. By the way,
Yes.
that's a real stat.
And they did that and did not give Saquon Barkley the contract. And now look at what has happened. I mean, I don't know I don't know which front office is fucked over their franchise more. The Giants for doing that with Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley and putting their team in a situation like they are now where they can't sign anybody, or the Panthers for trading all that capital for a guy that looks worse in his sophomore season.
Dude, I don't even want to talk about the Giants, man. Like,
I don't either. It's depressing.
Let's move to the Vikings, bro. Look at Darnold, man.
Look at Darnold.
Look at Darnold, bro. Look at Sam Darnold go.
Dude, Sam Darnold's a freaking beast.
I know against the Giants, but it's like, hey, man.
He wasn't seeing ghosts.
Yeah, dude. He looked perfectly fine out there. Yeah, Aaron Jones, 14 carries, 94 yards and a touchdown. He looked really good. If he can stay healthy this year, then yeah, that's a great ad. And yeah, dude, just shout out Sam Darnold, bro.
Yeah,
Like that game convinced me. Like in this offense, you could probably put anybody back there and they'll look okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this offense looks pretty good. Defense looks very good, even though, like you said, it was against
Giants.
the
Yeah.
Giants. I didn't realize they were wearing those freaking uniforms. Those are ugly as fuck.
Yeah, they're like
but-
their 100th anniversary special edition things. They look
Yeah, it's
fucking
crazy
awful.
looking. But yeah, Daniel Jones's Buns, Sam Darnold, pretty all right.
Yeah,
think
I'm
that's
excited.
my main
I'm excited
takeaway.
to see him against a real NFL team as well. And it's gonna be a long year for Malik Neighbors.
Bro.
Yeah,
Malik
poor
Neighbors is
guy,
in
dude.
freaking-
Like he already made it pretty obvious he doesn't want to be there, and it's like, fuck, dude.
Bro.
Oh man. All right, let's move to the next game.
All right. This next game, the LA Chargers beat the LA Raiders 22-10 in a mid-off. I mean, not much to say here, to be honest. J.K. Dobbins.
Hey man,
J.K. Dobbins.
are we seeing him finally be next up right here?
He's gonna tear his Achilles next game, and I'm not even trying. I'm not even
Hey,
trying to.
bro.
I'm not even trying, dude. Yeah, I'm not even
Bro.
trying to like put that on, bro. But like that's just the J.K. Dobbins experience, though. Coming from a Ravens fan, he does this, and then he's just out for the year, and you just are depressed. But dude, he looked amazing in this game.
He did, honestly. Like, yeah,
he made Gus Edwards look like Eddie Lacy out there, fat Eddie Lacy.
oh my god, yeah, he did. And I mean, they were run heavy, dude.
Very run heavy.
And I'm like, hey, all right, Greg Roman, do your thing. I don't know if that's what I'd want to do with Justin Herbert as my quarterback, but shit, dude.
I feel like we saw like so many quarterbacks just post really low stats this week.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean?
There
Looking
was
at all
not-
these box scores,
yeah, there was not a lot of like good.
other than another quarterback we're going to talk about in a little bit.
I think we're thinking of the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, some guy in Tampa
Can't
Bay.
wait to talk about him.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, yeah. For the Chargers, I'll say Lad McConkey got a touchdown in this game.
Lad McConkey's going to be their wide receiver. He already is their
Yeah,
wide receiver.
he already is. I mean,
That dude's going to be a stud.
yeah, I'm glad. It's kind of like with Lawrence and Brian Thomas. It's good to see them kind of already have that connection already.
Remember I was saying in our last episode that so many receivers in this year's draft have just been put into situations where they can break out easily
Yeah, and there's
and
just
look like studs.
I don't know we say this basically like every year now for draft classes and receivers, but like this draft class is good, dude. Like there was just a lot.
No,
a
this
ton
one
of,
is
like,
this one's a different kind of good.
yeah, like especially if like if Marv can get it together and it's like let's see what Rome can do.
Like I feel like Malik Neighbors as a prospect
Neighbors is awesome.
would be a wide receiver one in most draft classes.
Yeah,
in every
absolutely.
draft class other than the one with Marvin Harrison.
Absolutely. Like I would say like it's maybe like Marv, Jamar Chase, and then like Malik Neighbors when it comes to like prospects.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good game for the Chargers here. And I mean, it's kind of like you're kind of already in like phase one of the Jim Harbaugh era, and kind of
Right.
like in that like in this little rebuild that they're trying to go through, and it's a lot of promising things that you want to see.
Right.
As for the Raiders,
What
the fuck, man? Like this,
Yeah.
like I'm already out, dude. I'm already out on the Raiders.
Yeah, we were talking before the pod started about how we both had them second in the AFC West. I'm still willing to give him the chance, but Cole was like,
I'm
"Yeah,
out,
no,
dude.
I'm out. I'm out." Like Shark Tank, bro. He's out.
Yeah, I'm like who's the guy in Shark Tank that's like out of
Mark
everything?
Cuban.
Probably Mark Cuban. Yeah, Mark Cuban is always out on Shark Tank, bro. I've been watching some of that recently. Like he does not sign.
You've
I
been
mean,
watching that recently?
I've watched some Shark Tank recently.
Okay.
It's a
I
good show.
usually only have. I've only seen it like when my parents used to watch it at home.
I'll flip it on sometimes, but that's not football related.
Samir
But
White looked really bad, which
Zamir
sucks.
White
I
did
took a
not
lot
look
of
good.
Samir White too. It's
Yeah,
tough.
I was kind of on the Samir White hype train, and now I'm kind of off the hype train.
It was one game though. Like week
Yeah.
one, I don't count week one as a week. It's like a preseason.
It
Week
really
almost
is like
because
preseason,
everything
man.
changes. If you're a new NFL fan watching, everything's gonna change. Like, don't let this. I promise you, every single season I've watched as an NFL fan, it changes after week one.
But yeah, but I'm still out on the Raiders though for after week one, just because like
Hey, Brock
no,
Bowers.
but because I'll say, dude, like it was like I think it was like fourth and short or like on their like on the Raiders on the or no on the opposing team's 40 with like 6 minutes left in the game. You're down by a score and you punt the ball. Antonio Pierce, what the fuck, dude? They hired you to be like the AFC version of Dan Campbell. The only reason you're still the coach is because the players were like, because the best player of the team is like, yeah, dude, if we don't hire him, I'm not playing. And they did
Dude
that.
literally threatened
And
to
then
leave the team because of you.
yeah, and then you do this. That's soft as fuck, man.
That's not cool. That's not Antonio.
Where's
Pierce.
where's the kneecap biting? You know what I mean? Like where's like these like oh like they're gonna fucking go for it. Where's
That's not
those
the
type of
Antonio
plays?
Pierce we know and love.
Yeah, come on,
Oh my gosh, Bo Nix looked really bad.
dude.
I didn't even realize. I didn't even look at this game. The only thing, we're talking about the Seahawks beating the Broncos 26-20. By the way, the only thing that is important about this game, what do you think?
Zach Charbonnet receiving touchdown.
Zach Charbonnet got into the end zone, baby.
Yeah, just don't
This
look
one's
at the
for you.
rushing stats, and you'll be happy with his production. It's funny.
Exactly.
It's funny because you're a big Zach Charbonnet guy, and I'm kind of a big Kenneth Walker guy.
Okay, well,
Like I know, obviously we know the backstory, and I know the backstory of why you're a
but
Charbonnet guy.
to be fair, the only reason because I had Zach Charbonnet on my fantasy team when I met him, like no lie, and the only reason he was on my team was because at the beginning of the year last year, I saw this dude coming out of UCLA. Dude looked like a stud. Saw him go to the Seahawks, and I'm like, this guy's gonna overtake Kenneth Walker by the end of the year. Which didn't happen, but that's why I had him because I believed in him even before I met him, and then when I met him, it made me
Yeah,
more of a fan. Obviously,
I just think Kenneth Walker is really good.
Kenneth Walker's
I'm-
amazing though.
I'm a big fan of Kenneth Walker.
I think if Zach Charbonnet went to any other team other than the Seahawks, he'd be the starter by now. Other than like
like the obvious teams, like
The
the Ravens,
obvious.
like the Ravens and fucking Browns and
if he went to the
Niners.
Ravens, man.
Yeah, but yeah, good game, really good game for the Seahawks.
You had Marshawn Lynch chilling on the sideline by Mike McDonald. Did you see that?
I didn't actually.
Oh,
I didn't,
what?
I didn't,
Okay,
I didn't
hold
see
on. I'll
that.
see if I can pull it up. Yeah. So, but yeah, good showing. Little Super Bowl 48 rematch. Am I right?
I think it's 49. Oh no, it was 48. It was 48.
Little rematch from Super Bowl 48. These teams are nowhere near as good as they were then, but
Yeah, I forgot about that Super Bowl.
this Broncos offense in general,
Not good.
absolute booty cheeks. How did they even have 20 points? They
Like-
must have had some defensive help here.
I
they
would
have
assume so.
Did they have a
Like Alex Singleton had an interception. I don't. It wasn't for a touchdown though. I don't know.
but their offense only has one touchdown.
Oh,
Did they have
because
a punt
they
return?
had two safeties in this game, dude. I forgot about that. They double dipped in safeties.
What?
They got two of them.
Dead ass?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Like I
Oh,
think.
shit.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me
So they
go.
would have 7 points, 9, 11. Whoa.
Like
Yo.
they both stopped.
Pause. 14. Yeah, and then 3 field goals.
Yeah,
Because
hold
look,
on,
their kicker
okay.
had
Yeah. Okay. So
Will Nuts had 3 field goals.
yeah, can I just look at like scoring summary? Here we go. So yeah, in the first quarter you had Denver get a field goal, Seattle get a field goal. Then the second quarter you had Denver get a safety, and then Denver get a field goal. Then Seahawks touchdown, and then Denver safety, and it's like, dude, what the? That's how they got 10 points, bro.
So what you're telling me is this game shouldn't have been as close as it was.
I guess
even
not, man.
close.
Oh my god.
Not even close. Yeah, this Broncos offense, and this is what I was saying on our pod when we were doing predictions. I don't know what this man Zach was chiefing when he was talking Broncos second in the AFC West.
Yeah, I mean,
This
yeah,
offense looked booty cheeks.
yeah, it was not good, dude. 3.3 yards per attempt from Bo Nix.
That's what I'm saying,
Per
dude. So many quarterbacks this week, and have like so many completions for like under 150 yards. It's so weird.
Dude, when it comes to throwing behind the line of scrimmage, nobody does it better than Bo Nix. Like he is so good when it comes to throwing the ball for negative yardage.
I could do that, bro. Sign me a contract.
Dude,
Broncos.
I don't know if you got it like Bo.
Broncos
Though.
country. Let's ride.
I don't know if you got it like Bo, man. But Jaleel McLaughlin leading the team in carries is
Yeah,
interesting.
this running back room looks so bad though.
Yeah, no, I used to be a big Javante guy. It's over. It's over. I'm
over.
sorry. I know it's week. There's gonna be a lot of week one overreactions, but it's over, dude. It's over
I
for
thought it was
Javonte.
before the freaking season even started. He looked really bad last year.
Yeah, it's not going great.
All right, let's move on to the next game.
Oh, and also Tyler Lockett looked good. I will say that.
He always just is solid.
He's one of those Mr. Reliable type guys, man.
Speaking of
got
Mr.
it.
Reliable, let's talk about the Cowboys Browns. There's two Mr. Reliables in this game. There's the Mr. Reliable that I like in Amari Cooper, who I think is reliable. He had a bad game. And then there's also Mr. Reliable when it comes to sexual assault cases. And that is
dude, that's where you were
Deshaun
going
Watson.
with this, dude.
He is Mr. Reliable on playing some mid-ass football and touching women.
Dude, mids, you're putting it too lightly, dude. Mid, he was not mid, dude. He was
fucking
he was dog shit. There was just so many like he got sacked 6 times, by the way. But I mean, there were just so many like short passes that he missed that he'd throw over someone's head. Yeah. It's like, dude, he doesn't have.
There was that
anymore.
one. I saw that one where he was like, "This dude has to be high."
It was
and
like
it
a
was the
check down.
Jerry Judy.
Yeah.
No, it was the Jerry Judy where he just freaking chucked it out of bounds, and Jerry Judy
Oh,
was like
yeah.
nowhere even close.
Bro, it's so over for Deshaun Watson, rightfully so. Kevin Stefanski, please. I know you definitely don't watch this podcast yet, but
Bro,
please,
I wish we could have coaches on so we could say this stuff and be like,
dude, I would
bro,
love to get a coach on here.
bro, start Jameis, please, start famous Jameis.
I feel like if we got a coach on here, we'd be like, we just
They
talk
would
about like
never
our
join
players
us again.
We just talk about like our players on fantasy. We'd just be like, hey, you should play this guy more. You should try to look at getting him the
If
ball
we had
more.
Arthur Smith last year,
Oh my god, dude. But no, seriously, Kevin Stefanski, please start Jameis Winston. I know you're probably gonna wait until like week 4 or 5 to do that. Please, just get it done with. Because I would be so interested in seeing this team with Jameis Winston. Like with Deshaun Watson at quarterback, I do not care. They're boring. They bore me with Deshaun Watson because I know what their ceiling is. Like they're like I know how they can be, and it's not fun. Yeah. You put Jameis Winston in that bitch, dude.
this Browns team is.
I'll watch Browns games. Like I'll actually watch for the offense.
Bro, Jameis Winston and Nick Chubby Chubb.
That's what I'm saying,
That's a
dude.
recipe for
And you
good
have
football.
and you have some pretty solid receivers too. Amari Cooper and Jerry Judy, and you have David Njoku, who I think is gonna miss week 2.
He's hurt.
But I mean, like if you have him with Winston, bro, let them cook.
Yeah. But like once again, we have quarterbacks. I want to look at the number after we go through these game recaps. We should look at QB stats from this week. How many QBs threw for under 200 yards? Because you have Dak Prescott who put up 33 points.
It was a very like small amount of quarterbacks.
Still threw 179 yards. Deshaun Watson 169.
Nice.
Yeah. Not nice though because it's Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Fuck you, Sean.
So yeah, it's just kind of a weird week, but Cowboys still got that dub. Still
Yeah,
found
I
a way.
mean they were really good last year. They didn't really do much in the offseason, but I mean they still were basically the same team and they're still good. So I mean it's still a good team and they showed that in week 1 against the Browns for sure. So it was good to see that for the Cowboys.
And so let's talk, man. Let's talk about my second favorite team, my glorious king, Baker Mayfield, who just looked stunning this week against the Commanders. 24 for 30, 289 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no picks. One of the only good
I think the best quarterback performance of the week.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure.
My glorious King Baker Mayfield. Only this could only happen to the Browns. They get rid of Baker and he ends up playing better than Deshaun Watson.
Dude, he's been so much better.
That
like
could only happen to the Browns, man. I feel so bad for them. But at the same time, you gave up on my glorious King Baker Mayfield.
I mean, if you're the Browns too, you kind of deserve it, man.
Yeah, fuck you.
So yeah, I mean, yeah.
You really looked at this not child predator, not yet. You really looked at this freaking sexual predator, Deshaun Watson. You said, yeah, this is a better quarterback for our team.
Hell yeah,
big
dude.
dick
Like,
bake.
Man, yeah, dude, they don't deserve Baker Mayfield, man. Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
No, not big dick bake. It's got to be big balls bake.
Big balls bake.
Big balls baker. BBB baby.
Big ball Baker, man. Big ball Baker. I mean, yeah, I mean the Bucks looked really really good in this game.
Hey, can we talk about how decent Jane Daniels looked though? In
He
a week
he
where
looked all right.
rookie QB struggled, Jane Daniels looked pretty decent.
Yeah, he looked
Two
all
rushing
right.
touchdowns. That's what you want from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Leading rusher.
he looked solid. The rest of the team not so much.
Austin Eckler only had 2 carries.
Yeah,
Bro's next up.
Oh
my gosh, Jane Daniels fumbled 3 times though. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Besides that, though, I mean, he looked pretty good, but yeah, you gotta get those fumbles under control.
Secure those balls, man.
Yeah, you gotta keep your ball secure. But yeah, for the Bucks though, Jalen McMillan, one reception, 32 yards and a touchdown.
Stud.
Yeah, good for him. Yeah, good for the rookie there out of Washington.
We had a lot of rookie receivers get touchdowns. Brian Thomas, Jalen McMillan, Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, you know who wasn't one of them? Marvin Harrison
And Keon Coleman.
and Keon Coleman.
But
But
the
Keon,
ones I thought would get in there.
but Keon looked pretty solid though. Like he got
Did he?
some targets. Yeah,
Okay.
like he had a pretty big play like towards the end of the game.
Dude, is it?
Oh, I forgot. Also for the Commanders, they released kicker Cade York. Went 0 for 2 with his field goals. They said, "Get out of here, buddy." Week
They said
one.
you're cooked, bro.
Week
Get out.
1 is crazy. Like, oh man, dude.
Did he really go over 2? Oh, that's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, that would have made such a big difference too.
Yeah, and once again for Tampa Bay, Bucky Irving, another rookie, 9 for 62.
I was just gonna ask you, bro. Is it Jover for Rashad White?
It might be, man. Like I know he's like a Sun Devil or whatever, so we're like,
Yeah.
oh, Rashad White, but it's like, dude,
I think it might be Jover.
he like he's dead serious. Is like one of the most inefficient running backs in the
entire
league,
NFL.
dude.
Bucky Irving. It might be Bucky Irving season. 6.9 yards per carry. Nice. You gotta roll with that if you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
and I'm not even like a big like Bucky Irving guy.
Bro, his name's Bucky Irving.
It's
He
a
plays for
sick-
the Buccaneers.
Sick name. It's
Perfect.
Just, yeah, I mean, yeah, Buccaneers, man.
That's what I'm gonna start calling him if he becomes a breakout run. If he's like the next Saquon, bro, it's the Buccaneers.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Bakerneers, man.
What did you just say?
Bakerneers, man.
It's not what I heard, bro. But that is what you said.
That's definitely what I said. It's on camera. That's what I said.
Can I just say one more time though? My glorious King Baker Mayfield looks beautiful.
Your glorious King Baker Mayfield looks fantastic. Throwing it to Chris Godwin and Hall of Famer Mike Evans.
Oh, Mike Evans. All right, let's talk about the Sunday night football game. I wasn't able to watch this. I was so pissed. So I'm gonna let you talk mostly about it. Detroit Lions defeat the LA Rams 26-20 in OT, might I add. Yeah, take it away. And I want to hear about those OT rules that you despise so much.
I mean, so
Because what are they?
It's well, I mean, it's just that like if you score a touchdown on your first drive, then the game's over.
Then it's Jover.
I think that's fucking stupid. I know they changed it for the playoffs, but it's still the same for the regular season. It's like, it's kind of just idiotic.
Yeah, why would they change it for the playoffs and not the regular season? It just doesn't make-
Because fans whined about it because the Chiefs won. So they're like, we'll change it for the playoffs, but keep it the same for the regular season. But anyways, for the Rams, I mean, Matthew Stafford looked awesome. I mean, he still is one of the best quarterbacks in the league at 36.
317 yards.
Yeah,
A lot of yards this week.
Yeah, he was awesome. Puka Nacua did go down with an injury earlier in this game, and I mean, you basically saw,
RIP, dude.
yeah, you saw. I think he's on IR as well.
Yeah, he is.
And I mean, you basically saw 2022 Cooper Kupp back in the fold, 21 targets. Christ. But yeah, and then Yeah, the defense looked, I thought, solid. I thought Jared Verse had a good game. Um,
He was my defensive rookie of the year candidate.
valid choice, valid choice. And then flipped into the other side for the Lions here. Their run game looked incredible. It's quite literally what won them the game. Because Jared Goff, you kind of saw the return of the goofball a little
A
bit,
little bit, yeah.
like because he just towards the end of the game there, or honestly just throughout the whole game, didn't really look too great. Kind of made a lot of bad decisions and just wasn't really like that great quarterback that we saw for most of last year. Jamison Williams had a kind of a breakout game, which I mean that is
He looked great.
just that in general is huge for the Lions having like another guy.
He made Amon-Ra St. Brown look like a wide receiver too.
Yeah, I mean having yeah, now you kind of have another guy that you can rely on, so it's not just Amon Ra. That is so huge for the Lions.
And Laporta.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm talking just like wide receivers mainly, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, I know what you mean. So yeah, I mean with the emergence of Jamison Williams, that skill position room looks even better. So that's a huge plus. But I mean, shout out David Montgomery because like literally for the overtime for the Lions one drive that ended the game, fix those rules, please. Like literally, I think every play was just David Montgomery, and they just kept giving him the ball until they inevitably scored. Because I mean, Ben Johnson's like, okay, Jared doesn't have it. Let's just keep going to Monty, and
Smart choice.
it worked, dude. Because it was shocking because they just could not stop him at all. Because Braden Fisk, one of the the Rams draft picks, also out of Florida State, by the way. So he played with Jared Verse, but he is not very good at defending the run. He's actually very, very bad at it. So they really took advantage of that, and it really paid off. And it's kind of really what got the Lions the win here is just running the fuck out of
This
the
is a
football.
young defense, inexperienced defense, I feel like.
Especially now with Donald gone. Yes, it's very, very young. Like you have some older guys, like you have Tre'Davious White in there. You have John Johnson, but like especially on the line, like you have Kobe Turner and Jared Verse, Braden Fisk. It's very, very young.
Yeah.
And but also shout out to Kobe Durant. Crazy name, by the way. But I do want to say he looked pretty
Bro's about to
good.
get copyrighted twice.
Yeah, he looked good in this game for the Rams. So
Wait, they have a Kobe Turner and a Kobe Durant?
they do. But
What position does Kobe Durant play?
he's a corner. So, but yeah, I thought he looked good, and it'll be interesting to
Holy
see.
shit, yeah, they do.
It'll be interesting to see how they look next week without Puka Nakua, because I'm kind of just assuming that some wide receiver will take kind of a step to kind of
People
fill
are
that
saying
role.
Tyler Johnson.
I've seen that, and honestly, I understand why, but I'll throw a name in there that I haven't heard people talk about. Jordan Whittington.
Yeah, I haven't heard of him.
Yeah, 6th round pick out of Texas in this previous draft. Had a pretty solid preseason. I think if he just gets the opportunity, he'll deliver. But like it's kind of just a matter of,
He just
if
becomes another Puka.
yeah, it's just a matter of if he gets those touches or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also despite Matthew Stafford's great performance, I did think there was some good to the Lions defense, like their secondary. I thought looked solid overall. And I mean, as it should, they invested a lot of money into it, or just not money, but just a lot of capital by signing Carlton Davis in free agency, drafting Terry and Arnold. So it's good to see that pay off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really good game. And yeah, rookie kicker Jake Bates for the Lions, 2 for 2 on field goals, two for 2 with extra points. So yeah, good rookie debut for the kicker for the Lions. But yeah, that's all I got to say for the Sunday night game that I waited all day for.
Next, let's talk about Monday Night Football. San Francisco 49ers defeat the New York Jets 32-19. First thing I want to say is I did not get to watch this game because fuck you, Disney. My DirecTV, which is my cable provider.
It was on ABC, by the way. You could have just tuned in.
No, I clicked on ABC too.
Really, it didn't work for you. For me,
It
I was
said-
able to
Who
go on
do
to.
you have?
I have DirecTV.
Motherfucker, dude. It literally, I clicked on ABC and ESPN. And literally, I'm not even kidding you. On the screen, I should have screenshotted it. It literally said, "Disney does not want you to watch
I
these
saw that,
channels."
dude. That
Dude,
was
it was
so funny
petty
because
as
I
fuck.
I
But
went to like ESPN to like just see if it was working yet, and like that's what it said. I was like, damn, dude,
petty as fuck. But I love it, bro.
DirecTV's not holding back.
Bro, fuck Disney, bro. Are you kidding me? First of all, why did Disney buy ESPN? What business do they have buying ESPN? And second
Sports.
off, they wanted to rip me off and pay $12 a month to pay for their shitty ass fucking subscription service, ESPN Plus, which I'm not paying for. So I did not watch this game, unfortunately. But don't really think I had to.
Brutal. Brutal.
I told me and because me and Paige were excited to watch this. I just got off work at like 4 o'clock
You just
or like 4:30, 5 o'clock ish, getting ready to watch the game. Crack open a cold one and yeah, couldn't. And
you
then
just
after
load
the
up DirecTV and it's just like
nah,
nah.
you know what we did though? Instead, we watched SpongeBob SquarePants movies. So I'd say it was a fair trade off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I
The
mean that's a
good
good
one,
trade.
the original SpongeBob.
Oh,
SquarePants.
like old SpongeBob?
Yeah,
All right, yes. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But I was able to watch this game. And
I watched some highlights.
yeah, the Niners were really on one. That's what I'll say. Like they just looked dominant out there. And yeah, I mean, it just was not a great showing from the Jets overall. But I really do think that's more just on how good the Niners defense was in this game.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers didn't really look that bad, to be honest. For
Yeah, I mean, because you got to think like he hasn't played a full game in
in so
nearly
long.
nearly 2 whole years. So
In fact, he hasn't been on the field in well, a year ago today is when he tore his Achilles.
yeah,
Because remember Jets fans saying it was the worst thing that's happened in New York since 9/11.
yeah,
On 9/11.
yeah. Four plays in, man, and then
So
they had to go to Zach Wilson. God,
yeah, at least you get Tyrod. Okay, Tyler Taylor kind of had a lot of snaps. He had 8 attempts. Why?
because it was like the end of the game, and so it was pretty much over.
Oh,
So they
okay.
just kind of threw him in there.
That's smart.
But yeah, I thought
Debo Samuel, can I say, looks like prime Debo Samuel right now.
that's and I
He actually
really
looked really good.
I thought he really benefited from like Christian McCaffrey being out of the game.
Yes.
Because I mean they kind of did what I like assumed they would do and line him up in the backfield a little bit more. And yeah, I mean that shit just works, dude. I love that shit, dude. I love it when the Niners do that, when they line up Debo in the backfield. I'm
Yeah.
just like, yeah, that's some Kyle Shanahan football right there.
Yeah, it's fun.
But also shout out to Jordan Mason, man. 28 carries, 147 yards and a touchdown.
Shout out Jordan Mason.
That is ridiculous.
Shout out Jordan Mason. You know, my girlfriend's dad. Shout out Brian. We created a fantasy league for my girlfriend and her family and me because they didn't really watch football before I came into their lives, and now they do. So we did fantasy for the first time, and he had McCaffrey, and I called him to explain to him, like walking through the process of putting McCaffrey on the IR, adding Jordan Mason. Still, I think he still lost, but he got damn close to winning, and he was down a lot. Shout out Jordan Mason, man.
Yeah, and also Jake Moody, 6 of 6 on field goals as well.
Dude, him and freaking
Chris
Boswell
Boswell, bro,
from the Steelers,
just
goated.
went insane.
Um,
But yeah, also I know I talked about the passing chart of Fields earlier. If you look at the passing chart for Rodgers, there's not a single pass that's like to the right side of the field. It's really funny. Like it's just all to the left.
Interesting.
So yeah,
I wonder
think,
why it was Garrett Wilson, Alan Zard.
Well, I guess
lined up over there?
just Charvarius Ward just like had that side of the field locked down or
Dang.
something. Because I mean, like it's just wild. It's just wild seeing those charts sometimes.
Interesting.
Like you can look at also like Cooper Kupp's like route tree. They have that man going like doing everything.
Okay, so that was
That was week 1.
week 1. Hopefully we have a more eventful week 2.
Yeah, I'm hoping for
What was your game of the week? I know we don't normally do that, but it'd be
game
kind
of the
fun.
week? Let me look through here. Honestly, I'd probably give it to
I'd probably give it to Houston and Indy.
I'd probably give it to Rams Lions
That's another good
Sunday
one.
night game. But yeah, also either that or yeah, I'd go with Texans Colts.
That's fair. Um, okay, yeah, let's hop into our awards though, our normal awards that we do every week. Should I just run through? Well, so first we'll do moment of the week. Moment
Yeah.
of the week. Mine moment of the week, and this was because of everything. It was the first game of the year, and I was very into it, and this play call just crushed my heart, and it had a huge impact on the end of the game. Isaiah Likely touchdown that got overturned. Um,
Wear white shoes next time.
yeah, man, and my honorable mention because I want to throw it in there, the Anthony Richardson throw.
Yeah, which was my moment of the week because I don't think I've ever seen a play like that.
That was ridiculous.
And I mean, yeah, throwing the ball like what, like 65 yards in the air,
Off his back foot,
yeah, off his back foot, like
piss missile.
yeah, off balance, like dude, holy fuck, man.
Um, but the Isaiah Likely play was brutal, dude. Because even John, they were gonna go for two, which would have been amazing. John Harbaugh had the two thrown up,
Yeah,
and if they got that, I probably would have creamed my pants as a Ravens fan, and my life would be complete. But
dude, I like
sucks,
screamed when he caught it because I thought it was in,
dude.
but
That was a crazy play.
yeah,
That would have been the play of the week.
oh yeah,
Run. It would have been up there for play of the year already if that had been a touchdown.
100%.
Um, but yeah, dude, it sucks. But let's move on. Let's move on to player of the week. My player of the week from the New Orleans Saints, and he helped this team get to a 47-10 victory. Alontae Taylor, cornerback for the Saints. He had 3 sacks as a corner.
I
Three
saw that.
sacks as a corner. That's insane.
Yeah, I had him for my defensive player of the week. I didn't know if we were doing like offense and defense or what. So
Oh shit, I just did in general. Offensive though, because I put them on my honorable mention. I'd say offense would be either Baker or Jordan Mason. Just guys who stepped up, played past their expectations this week,
yeah,
especially Jordan Mason.
that's fair. I went with a pretty like generic one. I went with Saquon Barkley.
Oh yeah,
So
that's
I mean, he kind of was the Eagles' offense, or at least the scoring was basically through him. So yeah, I mean, he contributed really well in his first game behind an actually good offensive line.
um biggest riser, and then I'll do my two next risers. Biggest riser of the week in my power rankings, which I'll post right now, my graph. My biggest riser though has to be the New England Patriots. I think they rose 11 spots in my power rankings just by being the Bengals. I had them at the very bottom of the league. I don't think they're the worst team in the league right now. They looked very solid against the Patriots, or I'm sorry, against the Bengals. My next two, though, my honorable mentions, I guess, if you will, were the Pittsburgh Steelers, who looked their defense looked very, very good against the Atlanta Falcons, or the Philadelphia Eagles. And this is based off of my power rankings from before the season even started. What do you got?
Yeah, so for my riser, for my biggest riser, the Patriots are a pretty good shout. I don't think I would have them rising up that high, but I'd probably put them up a few spots just because early season Bengals are so weird.
They're so bad. Yeah, that's
But
true.
yeah, for my main riser, I put the Seattle Seahawks just
Okay.
because I was kind of a little down on them coming into this season, but I mean now I'm a little more confident in them, and I'll also go with the Rams just because I didn't think they would be too great on defense, especially losing Aaron Donald. But after the Sunday night game, I think they'll be fine. I think they'll definitely contend for a playoff spot. So those are my two risers, both out of the NFC West there. And then for my faller, going with the Raiders, man, because like I said, I'm already out on this team. I did not like how they looked against a Chargers team that I thought they would do pretty well against, but I guess I was wrong on both of those teams because they
Yeah.
kind of just flip flopped because the Raiders didn't look good and the Chargers actually looked all right.
Yeah. For my followers, you're gonna see a trend because my biggest riser is the Patriots. Our biggest follower is the Cincinnati Bengals. Embarrassing loss to lose to the Patriots at home. I know you do. You start off slow, I guess, if you want to use that as an excuse, but Seriously, losing to freaking Taekwon Thornton at home week 1. Come on, man.
I mean, I would say they basically lost to Ramondre, but I understand. I understand where you're coming from there for sure. But yeah,
My other two followers though I had is the Colts and Ravens.
the Colts.
The Colts I actually did. I didn't really think based off of and the reason I the Ravens and I'm a Ravens fan. I've put them as falling. I think they looked a little sloppy to begin the year, other than Lamar. But even Lamar had his moments. Um, but there wasn't really a lot of fallers to me this week, based off of preseason expectations.
I guess one like obvious faller you could say would be the Packers, just because losing Jordan Love for a few weeks, they're gonna move him
Well,
down.
yeah, I'm not doing it based off of injury though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
I'm
just
just doing it
saying.
based off their performance and like how they looked based off of how we expected at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
I don't know. I put the Colts, but that was kind of a. I think we'll have a more solid faller next week. I guess you could. I'll give a shout real quick to the Giants and Panthers, who just looked a lot worse than we thought it was. Especially the Panthers,
yeah,
just looked a lot worse than we thought it was going to be. We thought there was going to be a couple teams worse than them.
yeah.
Or
Especially with the Panthers, because it's like they invested so much,
yeah,
and just for them to come out and look that bad is not a good sign
even
at
a
all.
new head coach who I'm a huge fan of, and Dave Canales, still looked atrocious.
Yeah.
So
An honorable mention for risers though. I'll also put the Buccaneers, just because
yeah,
I thought they would kind of take a little bit of a fall off by losing Dave Canales, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case, which is good. So,
do you have our pick'ems?
um,
Do you want to screen share real quick?
I had them for last week, but hold on, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I don't think we did too hot. Yeah, we went 6-10, bro. Pretty bad. Yeah, because I think we picked the Ravens, right? And we picked
The
the
Packers,
Packers,
Oh my
Falcons.
gosh, what a horrible start.
Yeah, you guys picked the Cardinals. I picked the Bills.
That's right.
Yeah, and I think the Bears, Colts. Yikes. Could we get the Dolphins one right? We missed
Okay,
on the
Bengals.
yeah, we missed on that one. We picked the Panthers, which
What?
yeah, because I think we were a little high on the Panthers. We were pretty low on the Saints.
Okay.
Got the Vikings right. Got the Seahawks right. Missed on the Raiders. Got the Bucks right. Got the Cowboys right. Got the Rams wrong. Or wait, did we pick the Rams? Or maybe I switched that up because this is like my own pick'ems, and so but I don't remember. And we got the Jets wrong.
Tough.
Yeah, rough week one.
I'm pretty
but
sure I picked the 49ers though, just on that last one. Just a quick shout.
fair. But yeah, now we're doing week 2. Do you want to put yours? Do you want to just go with yours or
Well, the only thing is my PC is about to die, or my computer is about to die.
what's it at?
I'm at 1%.
Oh Jesus Christ!
So I was made it right to the finish line there. I would just put yours up.
All
real
right, hold
quick
on. Let me see.
if you can.
All right, real quick.
Yeah, we're gonna move into some pick'ems here, guys.
I'm just gonna mirror it because
Hopefully we'll do a lot better than we did last year or last
Yeah.
week. Bills Dolphins. I put the Dolphins. I picked the Dolphins.
Dolphins. Let me see. Where's this game being played at? Real quick. In Miami. I'll go Dolphins. I'll go Dolphins.
Okay.
Okay, and then Saints Cowboys. Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Ooh, pretty solid, spicy little matchup here. Bucks Lions
So
playoff rematch.
playoff rematch.
Playoff
Got a lot of
rematch.
playoff rematches this year.
Let me see where this is being played at. In Detroit. Okay.
I went Lions.
I'll go Lions.
I think they looked a little better than the Bucks. Well, no, I'm sorry. Played a little bit better of a team than the Bucks did.
Yeah.
Not that they looked better, but I think I think it's gonna be close. I think Baker's gonna play pretty well, but I think Lions will get it.
Yeah, my head's going Lions, my heart's going Bucks though.
Exactly.
Okay. And
Trust
then
me, my heart.
yeah, and then
Going
and then Colts Packers. We're presuming that
Jordan Love is out. I
yeah,
did
Malik
put
Willis.
Packers, but remembering that Jordan Love is out, I'd probably go Colts.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Colts. Then Jets Titans.
Jets.
Jets. All right. And then Niners Vikings.
I went Niners.
I'll go Niners, but I think this game might be kind of close.
I think it'll be closer than people think.
Yeah, I think this will be like a 1-score game. And Seahawks Patriots.
I'm not hopping on the wagon, dude. Seahawks.
We're not picking the Patriots.
By the way, the next Super Bowl rematch. It's the
Yeah,
Super
no,
Bowl 49.
That's another Super Bowl rematch. Wow. Yeah, we'll go Seahawks there, and then Giants Commanders. God.
I don't even want to pick, but honestly, one of these teams looks a lot better than the other one. Give me Commanders.
Yeah, I'll take the commies. And then Chargers Panthers. I don't know why I'm saying that. Like if it's gonna be a close game, it's probably Chargers. Yeah. Jags Browns. This one might be all right. If this had Jameis Winston starting, this would be a fun ass game to watch. The problem is they have a sexual predator starting at quarterback.
I think Jags choke another one. Give me the Browns.
I'm taking Jags, man.
That's okay. You can go Jags.
All right.
That's probably the safer pick.
Yeah. We usually would do like a coin flip there, but
Yeah, oh yeah, true.
whatever. Yeah, fuck it. Raiders, Ravens. Who are we going with?
Ravens.
Ravens. Yeah. Rams, Cardinals. First game at State Farm Stadium this year for the Cards.
Not making the same mistake. Give me Rams.
Damn, dude.
Are you going Cardinals?
I kind of want to go Cardinals.
That's okay. This one we can do a coin flip for.
Yeah, flip a coin on that.
What is we'll do Rams heads, Cardinals tails.
Yeah.
Hey Siri. I don't even know. Siri.
You can just Google like flip a coin too. That'll work.
Fuck.
Talking to the mic. Like talking to like a producer. Hey Siri.
It's tails. Go Cardinals.
Go Cards, baby. Oh shit. Shut up, Siri. All right.
Oh fuck. At least one of them answered.
All right, Steelers Broncos.
I should probably make sure my phone's still recording after that. Fucking Steelers, dude.
Steelers.
That offense looked horrible against the Seahawks.
Yeah,
and now
that's
they're
true.
facing what looks like the number one defense in the league right now.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll go Steelers. I really don't even have an opinion on this game, to be honest with you, dude.
I don't think anyone's watching it.
Like man, okay. This would be a really good game if it was like week 14. The Bengals and Chiefs.
Give me Chiefs.
The problem is it's week 2
It's still
and the
week 2.
Yeah.
It's still too early for the Bengals to
Chiefs
actually play well.
All right. This if Caleb is
This
Caleb,
kind of an exciting
if
game.
Caleb like becomes Caleb in this game, this will be a fun game.
No, I was looking at this. Give me Texans, but I was looking at this when I was doing my own pick'ems earlier.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, this is kind of an exciting game because these are the two teams in the offseason that added the most people and like have the most hype surrounded around them. But give me Texans.
Yeah, hold on. I just want to see what this game is being played real quick. Houston. Okay. I'll go Texans. And
You know
then,
the home team's on the right?
oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. But
love you.
okay, and the Monday night game. Oh, that's a Sunday night game too. Bears Texans.
Yeah.
That'd be a great game for Caleb to like be Caleb.
I'll
But
put him Halloween decorations that night. Shout out Paige.
there you go. Okay, and then the Monday night game to close it out. Falcons Eagles.
Shit, man.
I mean, I'm gonna go Eagles.
Give me Eagles.
Yeah. All right.
Hard to get on the Kirk Cousins hype train right
Yeah.
now.
After that. But yeah, those are our week 2 pick'ems.
Let us know what you think, motherfuckers.
Yeah, let us know what you guys predicting, any upsets, anything going on for that. Let us know who you thought had the best week 1. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it. Otto, you have anything else to add?
Pretty much the only thing I have to add is Daniel Jones's Buns. Baker is just so glorious and sexy. And other than that, no, I'm good. Let's have a good week. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next week, recapping week 2, which hopefully should be a better week.
Yeah, Josh Allen MVP. That's my hype train right now.
Hey, give me Joe Milton MVP.
Shout
Sticking
out
on that
Joe
train,
Milton,
baby.
man.
That's why they beat the Bengals.
Yeah, man, he was really
Damn
good.
right.
Hell yeah.
Peace out, y'all. We'll see you next week. Later.
Yeah, take care.